So if you are understanding the organizational change, it will be very helpful for the organization to solve the complex problems. So organizational change refers to the process of growth, decline and also transformation in the organization. So any minor changes also is known as organizational change. So it is a concept which is developed by the Americans in 1930s. Okay, in 1930s they developed this concept of organizational behavior, organizational change. Sorry. So organizational, we have two types of organizational change: reactive change and proactive change. Reactive and proactive. So reactive it is a reaction which is taken place when there is some development in the organization. So when some decisions are made and the organization is forced to change, it is known as reaction. For example, if you see, like if cholera is increasing and the universities, if they are forced to put a leave, then it is known as reactive. So we are reacting to a situation. It is known as reactive change. Okay. So any changes which is forced by the organization. It's known as reactive. And proactive is, so you would have heard the term, you should be proactive. Proactive is like when some factors, when some practical, realistic factors, we think and decide and implement. Okay. For example, if you want this boardroom to be more like innovative, like projector has to be fixed, the AC. So these changes has to be made means we have to think and implement it. So it is a more practical way. Okay. Proactive is a more practical way where you will be thinking, deciding, then implementing it. So these are the two types of organizational change. Reactive is reacting to a situation. Okay. And proactive is it's already thinking, deciding and implementing it. Why in organization changes are needed? So the first one is why changes are needed, because changes in tool, machinery and equipments. So in my organization I will be using the tools, equipments, plants and machinery. So if that is outdated, I have to change it. Okay. So in order to change the tools, machineries and equipments which are outdated, organization needs a change. The second reason is when the organization procedures are changed. When the organization's method and procedures So when the organization methods and procedures are old and if you want to change it, then you need an organizational change. But it needs time to cope up with the changes. Any changes, it will not be immediately in effect. No, it will need time. Okay. And next is changes in business conditions. So it is the condition as a quality of the product or changing the marketing style. Okay. Business conditions means maybe the product. Okay. If you want to change the product, if you want to change the color of the product, the taste of the product, or you want to introduce a new product, then changes are needed. And if you want to change the marketing system, which is already followed in the organization, then it is also one reason of change. Okay. The next one is changes in managerial position. Changes in managerial positions. So if there is a like vacancy in a managerial position, if someone retires or if someone is being fired, that position will be vacant. So in order to have a new employee, then it will be a change in the managerial position because already existing worker is not known. So we are going to implement a new one. So organization needs the managerial positions also, changes in managerial positions. Next, changes in structure, organization structure. So organization structure differs. It is not same for all the organization. In some organization, the structure will be formal, in some it will be informal. So when there is a change in the organization structure also, we need changes. So it is not very easy to cope up the changes. So these are the reasons why an organization needs change. Maybe change in managerial positions, change in plant and machinery, change in marketing plan. So these are the reasons. It can be any one reason why organization need change. Clear?
Yes.
Next is some of the changes which affect the organization. Some of the changes which affect the organization. So the first one is technological change. So when the technology improves, like 2000 it will be like one computer, now it will be a different one. So the technology will be improving. So based on the technology only, the organization changes also will be done. So technology is one of the reasons why organization change is affected. The second one is the resources may become expensive. If you see last year, the standard of living of Malawi is less compared to this year. The resources, the raw materials, everything is high. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
So, if the resources are like changing, then it also needs to organizational change. If the raw materials, if they have like increase in price, then it will also increase the organizational change. So that is also one of the reason for organizational change. And next one is competition. Competition is an increasing factor. We cannot say that there will not be any company without competition. No. Every company will have their own competitors, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So it is being increasing. In order to face the competition, we need the change. Okay. From externally also, like the external factors also create organizational change. Okay, there are two factors which create organizational change, maybe external factors and internal factors. External factors are factors which are contributed from outside the company. Okay, and internal are the factors which contributes inside. So the external factors may be the government rules, regulations, government policies. Then your competition is the external factor, technology, change in people. These are all the external factors which affects the organizational change from outside. Okay. Internal factors are changes which affect inside. That is changes in managerial positions, like we told, changes in leadership. Okay. Then, like if you are introducing new technologies, then if there is any meeting crisis, like if I want to have a meeting today, but if I am not able to have, then the changes occur. Okay. So these are the factors of organizational change. What is the need or essential of organizational change? Need or essentials of organizational change. What may be the reasons?
Change of procedures.
Okay. So the first one is organizational design. Okay.
Again, you open the question.
Okay. Essentials or need of organizational change. Okay. Why there is a need for organizational change? So the first one is organizational design. So the organization should shift to the response of the change. So whatever the changes are happening in the organization, it has to be shifted. We have to respond. The organization has to respond to the changes. So the values, goals also may be changed. The second necessity is leadership capabilities. Leadership capabilities. Like if your organization is facing any challenging situation, then at that time the leadership position has to be changed. So that will affect the organization also. So leadership capacity is also there. And the third reason is employee engagement. So it is not only like employees, but also we have to engage the employees. It is directly connected to the changes. If one employee is not working perfectly up to the mark, then the management has all the rights to change. Okay. So these are the three reasons why change is necessary. First one is organizational design, then leadership capabilities and employee engagement. These are the three things. How to manage this organization changes? How to manage this organizational change? First one is we have to anticipate the change. Okay? So we have to anticipate, we have to forecast what all may be the changes, maybe the leadership change or the employees change or any organization goals and objectives are going to change. So we have to anticipate what all may be the changes which occur in near future. That is the first thing. The second one is identifying the change. Anticipating, then what is the change? We have to clearly identify. Then we have to mobilize the resources for the changes. For example, if the employees are not working and if they are being fired from the job means, we have to search for the alternative changes. Okay? We have to search for the alternative employees who are going to work there. So we have to mobilize the resources. And the last one is we have to reinforce the change. So we have to continuously learn so that we can reinforce the changes. Continuous learning and changes will be effectively implemented. So these are like how we can manage the change. So clear about change?
Yes.
Next is organizational culture. Organizational culture. What is organization culture? You know about culture. So, organization is culture is nothing but the values, ethics, code which are being followed in the organization. The values, ethics, practices, and expectations. You may have a different values. Some other university they may have a different values. If you see in exploits they have a different value and procedure to give a off to the lecturers on Friday. The students will not be coming on Friday. Okay, so it is their culture. Lilongwe, they will be following a different culture. So culture and climate will be different for each one, each organization. So the culture, organization culture is the like collection of values, expectations, practices which are followed in the organization. In the values itself, the code of ethics, the discipline, everything will be covered. Okay. What is the importance of culture? So the first important is it attracts the talented people. It attracts the talented people. So if one organization is having a good culture, then the employees will be satisfied. Their jobs will be satisfied. So it will attract more employees to work. Okay. So that is the first and foremost importance. Attracting talented people. The second one is positivity. Positivity. If some negative things are happening in the organization, we can change that one. Okay, we can change based on the culture, based on our organization culture. So positivity will be spreading. Third one is teamwork. So the organization culture will create a sort of teamwork in the organization. So it will not only make the employees to work as an individual but also as a team. Clear? So these are the three importance of organization culture. What are the qualities of organization culture? Qualities.
Following the discipline. Discipline.
Discipline, okay. So the first one is appreciation. So whatever the employees are doing, the management is as a culture of appreciation. A motivation, okay. The second quality is alignment. The company's goals, objectives can be aligned based on the organization culture. So alignment or changes. Third one is trust. Trust.
Trust.
Yes. So a culture of trust is being developed. Okay. So if you are having a like organization culture, then they will develop a culture of trust. Then performance. Performance is a key aspect of organization culture. So only talented people will be motivated and they will be allowed to perform well. And teamwork. Organization important quality is teamwork. And as we pointed out, discipline and integrity. Okay, so these are the qualities of an organization culture. So organization culture can be developed when the achievers are recognized and when the achievers are listening. Okay, there is two ways in which organization culture can be developed. When the achievers recognized, when a good working employee is being recognized, then when the achievers listen to others. Okay, so when the achievers listen to others also, we can develop the organization culture. So these are the two factors how organization culture can be developed. Steps to build the organization culture. So the first step is we have to recognize. Organization should be excel in recognition. Whatever the employees are doing, they should be recognized. Then only the employees feel happy and satisfied to work in the organization. If I am working in belong way means I should be recognized. And this madam is producing good results, good work, good lecture, that I should be recognized. Then only I will be feeling happy. So that is the first organization culture. Then enable employee voice. Enable employee voice. So we should create a culture where we receive the feedback also. Okay? Feedback and also engage employees' voice. We should not have an organization where the management will make all the decisions and there will not be any decisions made from the employee. No. We should also hear the voice of the employees. Okay, that should be the second step. We should enable the employee voice. The third one is make your leaders culture. Make your leaders culture. A company's success is always dependent on the leader. So whatever the leader is doing, the employees will also be following. So your leadership should be a good team building. Okay. So once a leader is good, is effective, it will also increase the culture. So first you have to make your leaders more advocate. Okay. And next one is we have to live by our own values. Live by your own values. We should not depend upon others. We should create our own mission statement, value statement, and we have to live by it. And the next step is focus on learning and development. So whatever the employees are doing, they have to be given training and development. So once an employee feels that the development is there, then that organization has a good culture. If you go and work in an organization where there is no growth for you, will you be happy there? I will be coming out. So we have to focus on the learning and development. And next one is we have to keep in mind the culture. So when you are going to start a new job in an organization, from the day one you have to keep the organization culture in the mind. We should not go against the organization culture. So whatever is happening, we should work for the organization. Okay? So we have to keep in mind what role the organization, culture and climate. And the last one is personalize the employee experience. We should personalize the employee experience. Whatever the employees are feeling, we should be able to personalize the employee. We should be like if you have your employees' birthdays or wedding days, you can personally wish them. Okay, that is one organization culture. If you want them to wish, you can even send a message. So, how you treat the employees is very important. An employee should be treated very personally. Okay, so this is about the steps of organization culture. Do you have any doubt in organization culture and change? So in the next class we will see about groups. Okay, the second unit. We will see about the second unit. I'll give you the area of concentration.
No.
I'll give you. Okay, now I will give you. So we have seen the definition of OB. Nature, scope, history of OB. Nature, scope, history of OB. Then the characteristics. Then the various functions of management functions. Then 2 or 3 questions will be like a general one where you will be reading the question and discussing. Like leaders are made, not born. You have to discuss from your own point of view. Okay?
And we remember, you said you have to discuss.
Yes, discuss by your own. Okay? Whatever the knowledge you have regarding OB, you have to discuss.
Okay.